What's up, friends? Welcome back to 93 Quarters. I'm Krista for those of you who are new here, and I'm happy to have you all here today. We have a pick a group reading, pick a stone, if you will, and I am bringing you a reading that is all about shadow work. What do you need to release before this year ends? Just to bring you some closure for this 2021 and just start your new year of 2022 off with a bang. And close this year off with good feelings. So that is what this reading is all about. I won't go too deep into it until you get into your groups, but basically, yeah, let's just get into what do you need to release, what do you need to let go of and heal for shadow work. So we have 4 groups for you to choose from today, and we have the first group is this beautiful piece of raw rose quartz. Group number 2 is this really cute flower agate starfish. And group number 3 is this aura-coated howlite. Group number 4 is this tumbled piece of amethyst. Okay, and as always, I will go ahead and put the timestamps down below in the description box, so you can go ahead and take the time you need. Pause the video if you need more time to think on it and pick the stone that you feel drawn to the most. If you feel more drawn to the timestamp numbers, you can go ahead and choose that way. If you find you're drawn to more than one, that's absolutely okay. There just may be more than one message for you in each group, so go ahead and feel free to listen to more than one if you need to, if you feel called to. And by all means, this can definitely be a timeless reading. This is not necessarily just for the end of the year, but I wanted to bring this out towards the end of the year just in case you wanted to do some shadow work before the year ends and really just see what you need to close off and heal and work on release before you start off 2022. So with that being said, go ahead and pick your group and I will see you in your reading. What's up, group 1? Welcome to your reading. If you chose this beautiful piece of raw rose quartz, welcome to your reading. I'm going to go ahead and pop your crystal right here. If you see me grab it, it's only to get closer and connected to your energy. I went ahead and pre-shuffled some oracle cards to see your current energy right now, as well as some to see what your energy will look like once you release / heal whatever it is that you need to release and heal, aka do this shadow work. We're also going to shuffle some tarot and these oracle cards here. I might use another deck, I haven't decided yet. We'll see what Spirit says, but we're gonna go into that to see what it is that you need to heal / release and what actions you can take / do so that you can heal and release these things and really just, you know, feel good. Start your year off with a bang, or whenever you're watching this, just be able to really because this is a timeless reading, but when I'm publishing this, it just so happens that the new year's coming and we're ending 2021. So anyway, let's get into your current energy. If you find that this does not match your current energy, go ahead and find a different group. Just in case, you might find that your energy is in another pile or group. Like I said, you could be drawn to more than one messages in more than one group. We all have multiple things to release and heal from, things like that. Shadow work is not just one thing, it's a constant thing. So yeah, without further ado, we have guide. The light attribute in this card represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. And the shadow attribute is places financial gain and control over imparting spiritual insights. Now we have Caring Connections, number 14 in the reverse. And I'm going to shift this over a little. We also have Guilt. And this is the orange is Sacral Chakra. I'm going to move out here. And this is the Bee, which is also, this is air. So if Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, that could be significant signs for you. Take that as confirmation, and if it's not, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's just energy. This glare is bothering me. We're just gonna leave it. Maybe I'll shift it like this. Perfect. Okay, it's better. Much better. Okay, stop messing around. Okay, now group 1. First off, right off the bat, I can see that you are definitely a hard worker. You guys work extremely hard, and that's not to say like the other groups don't work hard. I'm not saying that at all. But you guys are definitely people who work really, really hard, and oftentimes you may even be such hard workers in the sense that you often put other people, you often put yourself on the back burner. I'll say that. Bees are often, like, when you look at what bees do, they work so hard that the work that they do is for the greater good of the world, and the work that they do benefits the entire world and not just themselves. And they work super duper hard, super diligently, and they really just, yeah, it's for other people and not really themselves, you know. It's for the greater good, really. And with this Guilt here, even like with the cards that you have alongside, you have Guide, Caring Connections, and Guilt here. Guilt talks about, like, first off, it's the sacral chakra, so that talks about like your passion, and it can be like social aspects, like sociability, like creativity. You might be doing things that have to do with, like, you might be like a creative worker, not necessarily though, so take it only if it resonates. This can also be like this is also like the chakra that comes from like your sexuality, even pleasure, things like that. But when this is like, when we are working so hard and not necessarily taking care of ourselves, then oftentimes that chakra can be blocked or need some healing work, right? And when it comes to like with this guide card here, represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. So that really just makes me think that you're doing work for the divine, you know, like something bigger than just you. And like, since we're talking about your current energy being something that needs to get worked on, right, being healed from, we're going to focus more on the shadow attribute part, which is talking about placing financial gain and control over imparting spiritual insight. So more likely than not, you're probably more focused on getting that bag right now, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. But if, for the purpose of this reading, we're trying to heal these blockages or release these things that are hindering our either our spiritual growth or healing something in general, right? And like, the whole reason why you clicked on this video is, what do I need to heal or release? And so focusing on your current energy, it could be that with this Caring Connections here, 14 condenses to 5, which can talk about conflict, challenges, and even changes. So resistance to change. And it could, like, because it talks about Caring Connections, it makes me think that you've either recently gone through a breakup or a friendship disconnect, or maybe someone in your family or that you're close to, even a business partnership or something in your workplace, some sort of relationship. This doesn't have to be romantic necessarily, but any sort of interpersonal relationship that you connect with someone. Okay, it can, like I said, it does not have to be romantic. This can be a friendship, it can be with a family member, it can be with a coworker or a business partner. Something happened, or for very few people this has yet to happen, but for the vast majority this has already happened. There has been a disconnect. There has been either a breakup, a falling out of some sort, and this has led you to feel guilt, and this has led you to feel like you did something wrong, and it's probably I feel like it's connected to you working so much, you working and being so focused on work, and you put work first, and now you have like this guilt. This story in this particular card, it talks about letting someone take advantage of you, but that's not the vibe I'm getting. I'm getting more like you feel guilt that maybe you were not prioritizing the way that you maybe wanted to. I feel like you're not that type of person to put maybe money first in a lot of time, in this case, or any case for that matter. And it just really feels like you're not that person. You're not that person to be so focused on money. And it wasn't even like you were in a pinch or anything. That's just what I'm feeling from this. There's just a lot of like instability feeling here. I'm just hearing like that Cardi B song. Is it Bodak Yellow? I don't dance now, I make money moves. And there's nothing wrong with that vibe, you know? But I feel like that's why you're feeling guilty. You just had that like bad bitch attitude, and there's nothing, I'm not saying that in a bad way at all. I mean like that, like props to you. You were doing it and you're going after your dreams, but for some reason it caused you to have a falling out of some sort with somebody that you really did not want to have a falling out with. Or for some of you it didn't. I mean, I feel like it did matter for it to come up in this reading, honestly. However, you don't want it to continue to hinder you, and that's why you're working on it, because if you keep going down this path, it will eventually, I'm feeling like it will eventually hurts a connection that is really important to you. And I feel like you're starting to feel that way, and that's why you're kind of coming here and you're sticking around for this part. So let's take a look a little bit deeper at what you need to release, and then kind of look at, and we can look at like how, and then we can take a look at that, like what your energy will look like. So we have Judgment. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges, and I think it's interesting how it's like the similar color. This makes me think of like third eye chakra type, maybe even like you're getting some intuitive hits. Some of you might be highly intuitive. I don't know why I need to feel like I need to shuffle again. I didn't really cut the deck the way I like to. Group 1, please, Spirit. What does group 1 need to release? So you need to release that fear of judgment for sure. We're gonna take freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. Yeah. I feel like you feel like judged, and I think we need to take 3. Yeah. I'm going to take one more before I go on my little tangent because I'm getting something. Group 1, what does Group 1 need to heal and release? What does Group 1 need to heal and release? Please, Spirit, what does Group 1? Yes, okay. Friendship. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. Okay, we're going to take that. And I will go into it a little more here. So I'm going to just move that up a bit. So, Group 1. You definitely have this, like, fear of being judged that, like, if you don't, you know, keep being this, like, go-getter, boss bitch, like, and I mean boss bitch in, like, the best way, the most loving and endearing way, and admirable way. I feel like you feel like you're being judged for whatever reason, and your guides want you to know, and your higher self wants you to know that you don't need to feel judged. Everybody has their own path and their own challenges, including you. And this is like, you don't need to compare yourself to other people. Everybody has their own path and their own timing, and things happen in the way that they're meant to and in the timing that they're meant to for everyone, including you. And so they want you to really, like, learn how to set yourself free, because your life is up to you. You possess this power and free will to create your own happiness, you know. And happiness is obvious. I think you already know happiness is not based on money. And, like, you're thinking right now in your head, like, well, money makes it a whole lot easier to be happier. And while that is true, I don't know why this statistic is popping up in my head, but they did do, like, a study where I believe they, like, surveyed what dollar amount was, like, capped for the amount of happiness or whatever. And I have no idea, I don't remember what the statistic was exactly, but I believe it was like 70,000 or something. And again, you might have to Google it to make sure, but I just remember my time in marketing and things like that. That's just what Spirit is showing me. Money does not buy you happiness, and that is, like, a huge thing that keeps being reiterated to me. Friendships, you know, what good is money if you have no one to share the things that you have with? If you have, you know, all these things in the world and you're all alone, what good is that? You know? And I think Spirit is really trying to tell you, like, you already know this, you already have these answers. And I just feel like you already know this. I don't know why I'm getting that vibe, but, like, you already know this. So I feel like I don't need to ramble to you about it, if that makes sense. And by me rambling, I feel like you're just going to be rolling your eyes. Well, let's just dig into tarot. I don't know why. Let me know down below with, like, what can be our emoji. I just have this huge vibe that, like, you guys know. You know. Spirit's telling you they already know. They already know. They already have the answers. They just do. They just get it. And this is just, like, confirmation for you, like, that you're just coming here to make sure, I guess, for reassurance. Okay, Group 1. What do they need to do to release and heal this? What does Group 1 need to do to release and heal this? What does Group 1 need to do to release and heal this? What does Group 1... Oops. The Two of Wands. What does Group 1 need to do to release and heal this? What does Group 1 need to do to release and heal this? What does Group 1 need to do to release and heal this? We also have the Three of Wands. Oh yes, progression for sure. I feel like you already knew that as well. We also have the Five of Wands in reverse. Yep. That totally makes sense. We all already knew that. One more. What does group one need to release? What does group one need to do in order to heal and release? Oops. We also have the Two of Swords in the reverse. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. And on the back of the deck, you also have the Six of Cups in the reverse. Okay. Just want to make sure. I don't know why this feels like it's crooked. Is it crooked? I feel like it is. Anyways, okay. Group one, you already know. You already know. Your spirit guides want you to know that all it takes for you is just really some good old fashioned, like, positive planning, and not to say like toxic positivity in any way at all, but it's really about, like, part of it is your mindset and part of it is just believing in yourself. And like, we have this passion coming through, right? We talked about the sacral chakra up here and healing that, so you might want to do some sound wave healing. That might be helpful. You can look up some good ones here on YouTube. Some sacral chakra sound wave healing might be helpful. The only reason I'm getting that more reiterated is because we have so much wand energy here, like fiery wand energy, so that makes me think just like so much passion is within you. You just have this like abundance of passion burning like within you. And with this Five of Wands here, it's just more of like an inner battle for you. It's about like really just calming those inner thoughts of you just getting out of your head of being fearful of these judgments, and like you are kind of being like stuck here in this state of like not wanting to make the wrong move, make a bad decision, make a bad choice. You're scared that you're going to repeat this and go down a path of like I'm seeing Scrooge, Scrooge McDuck for some reason. I don't know if it's because it's Christmas time or you feel like that's the energy you're harnessing right now, but as far as like healing it and what actions you need to take, it's just about like putting in the effort to just make plans and prioritize. Really, like, you have this Two energy. The only card you're missing here from this that Spirit is kind of showing me is the Two of Pentacles, and that is about like prioritizing and really balancing out your work and personal life schedule, because I feel like that's what you're really wanting to focus on. This Two of Wands energy is just making me think like planning. They want you to just be able to plan ahead, and once you do that, you're really going to just see the benefits come back to you. With this Three of Wands here, you're going to just see the benefits of both your friendships and your work endeavors come back to you tenfold. You know, things are going to be doing great. And I think the reason why we're picking up on this wand energy here is because you feel so much passion towards both of these areas in your life. And with the Six of Cups here at the back of the deck, I do believe that this has a lot to do with, you know, your emotions and being nostalgic with your friendships as well. Just really bringing that inner child back out and setting it free, like getting in touch with your inner child and having fun. It's funny how we have like the Seven of Pentacles here too as well. Like, you're really just wondering if like what you're strategizing, like what do I do here? And I feel like you already knew these answers. Spirit is like, you've already had this answer within you, and you kind of just came here for reassurance. And I really don't need to go too deep into it, just because you've already known the answer this whole time. So without further ado, we're just gonna go right here. If I needed to go deeper with that, I don't even know. We're just gonna go and take a look at your energy once you heal this, once you put action forward. What is your energy gonna look like once you take that action? And here we have number 2, journey. We have the Lover, which are the light attributes are great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something. And the shadow attributes are obsessive passion that harms others, self-destructive devotion, which we're not going to focus too much on because we're focusing on the light since you're healed. Which again is great passion, what was I saying? And devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something. So you're really just focused here on the appreciation of your friends, your work, your coworkers, your lovers, if that's what it is here, your family members, things like that. 2 is also making me think of like 2 of Cups, people that are in your lives, just unions, relationships in general, coming together. A journey on this is making me think of like a new path. Answers. Answers. What was I saying this whole time? Answers. I feel like I have too many things going on right here. We're gonna just do this here. Answers. Okay. Oh, life purpose. Here we go. And we also have new beginnings. Okay, awesome. Okay. Okay. What am I getting here? Let me shift these down so that we can see these up here. Okay. Just because I want to talk about a little bit of everything together. Okay, with journey. Okay, group 1, excuse me. How dare I? Okay. When you have healed everything, what is your energy looking like? It's looking amazing, for one thing. I'm seeing like definitely you've already had the answers all along. You didn't even need to really come here. I feel like I've told you everything you've already known. You already knew. And this is just like you coming here for confirmation. I honestly feel like that's what this is. Like you've already known this. We picked up on this like intuitive gift that you already have, especially since you got this guide card. I feel like a lot of you are already connected to the divine, and perhaps healing this part of you is going to connect you to a deeper part. Like it's going to lead you to a new journey on this new beginning, to a bigger life purpose. And for whatever reason, this caring connection that had to end opened up doorways to like so many more things. It's allowed you to see something that you had to heal and work on in order for you to grow and evolve and become this person that you're meant to be and be put on this path, if that makes any sense at all. And for some of you, it might sound like, whoa, that's kind of a lot. And for others of you, this is going to make so much sense. For others of you, this is going to be like, wow, this slaps so hard. And you're going to understand everything I'm saying. And it's going to just line up like, I can't believe, because this is life purpose stuff. This is a new beginning and a journey down your path to something bigger than yourself, and something that you felt called to and you just didn't really know what it was, and you weren't sure. You're kind of like questioning your intuition, and I feel like that's why you're here. You're here because you're questioning yourself. Am I doing the right thing? Am I crazy? Am I just hearing things? Am I just seeing signs, or is it coincidence? And you've come here because you wanted that reassurance, that confirmation. And I get it. I've been there. I'm there sometimes, every week, you know. It happens. It happens. And it's totally normal. So with you being such a hard worker and so passionate, like your guides and your higher self really just want you to follow what is calling to not just your intuition, but also to your heart. Because I feel like with all the love that you carry around with you, there's just so much around you with this lover attribute here, archetype here, and all this green energy as well in this journey card. It's about you walking this path, this journey that you're going to embark on to these new beginnings and your life purpose. With the green here, it's about connecting to your heart. And this isn't like a heart chakra card. It's not a chakra card deck at all. This is an energy oracle deck. But the green is just taking me to your heart chakra, which is all about your heart space, your love, compassion and healing, which is what you're here to do. What do I need to heal and release? And what you need to heal and release is this need and desire to only focus on you working all the time, and maybe like not focusing on the people around you and appreciating those around you as well. Because whatever your life purpose is, whatever this new beginning and journey you're going to be embarking on, you're going to be needing the support and friendships, and it may even lead you to a love if you're, the love of your life, if that is something you're looking for, something that you haven't found yet. For some of you, you might be led to your soul family even. This life purpose tree is making me think of family, like you're being called back to your roots, and then it's just making me think of family tree. So that's also making me think like you're going to be coming into these new connections with people as well, new beginnings. Butterflies also make me think of spiritual connections as well. So I definitely see a lot of things happening for you, group one, once you heal and release these things. Get out of your head and just really start making plans and putting forth the action towards these plans. Really connect with your heart and what you want and put those plans into action, and you will get there. Oh, look at this 10 of Swords here. Get out of your head. I don't know why I felt called to cut the deck. Get out of your head and you will, this end is coming to a new beginning. And so with that being said, we're going to go ahead and finish off with messages and advice from your higher self, which I'm going to go ahead and use this Inquire Within deck. One second. So, messages and advice from your higher self. Okay, what messages and advice do you have for group one? Group one's higher self, messages and advice. Messages and advice for group one, please. Messages and advice for group one. Messages and advice for group one. Here we go. Make space for it. Yeah. Let these thoughts go from your head, because they're living rent-free in your head, and you need to make space for all the new things that are coming. Also release anything that is no longer serving you. That's what I'm hearing. Make space for all of these new things that are coming into your life. Okay, messages and advice for group one. Oh my lordy. Cultivate stillness. I think sometimes you let your mind race at night when you're about to go to bed. And it will help you if you can get the chance to meditate at night. I know that sounds not fun. Guided meditations really help me. You might want to look some up here on YouTube. It's really awesome. It helps you really relax and calm your mind. And even getting yourself to be grounding yourself in nature really does help as well. Love your dark side too. Oh my gosh, this is perfect for this reading. Love your dark side too. Know that, I think I say this all the time in every reading, if you ever watched my readings, there cannot be light without shadow. Okay, there is nothing wrong with your shadow side. It's not about like getting rid of your shadow. It's about learning to love it and heal it, and learning to accept all of you, learning to accept your shadow aspect, learning to heal the parts of you, healing that shadow aspect so that you can become a like more light, if that makes sense, because there is no light without shadow. Okay, we're going to take one more. Messages and advice. Ooh, gratitude. Practice gratitude. The more you have to be grateful for, the more the universe will send your way to be grateful for, group 1. And also at the back of the deck we have don't take it all too seriously. Why so serious, group 1? Don't take it all too seriously. There are all good things coming your way, and this is just the beginning. This is seriously just the beginning, group 1, of something new and amazing coming your way. I love that you have a 2 coming for this coming year. Again, timeless reading, but still, if you're watching if you're watching at the time of upload, 2022 is coming up, and there's just this 2 energy is amazing. Also, nourish yourself. I don't know why I felt like the need to look at that, but nourish yourself, nourish your mind, nourish your body, hydrate, all of that stuff. And definitely be kind to yourself, because this is healing, and releasing is not to be taken lightly. It's not easy. It's not going to happen overnight. Be kind to yourself and be patient with yourself. Okay, that is what I have for you, group 1, and I hope that you really enjoy this reading. Please go ahead and smash the like button, and let me know in the comment section how you really like this reading. If you enjoyed it, I would really appreciate if you shared this as well. It helps me so much if you do so. Also, I want to say thank you to those of you who leave me a virtual tip. I appreciate you so much. It allows me to do what I do, and it also supports me in buying my decks that I use here on the channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all so much. I can't even begin to tell you. So I really do appreciate you. Thank you all so much. On my road to being monetized, it does help me tremendously. Thank you. I appreciate you. I'm also gonna link my Patreon down below in case you're interested in joining our community over there. Well, we'll have exclusive pick a card readings as well as like some live events too. I do love connecting with all of you. I'm also linking my other social media accounts like my Instagram, where I would love to connect with you more there as well. And yeah, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you can see more, and hit the little bell notification so you don't miss a beat. Again, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all very soon. Bye. What's up, group 2? If you chose this really cute piece of flower agate starfish, welcome to your reading. I'm going to go ahead and pop your crystal right up here. And if you missed the intro, this is just some pre-shuffled oracle cards where we do your current energy check. Wow. Your current energy check, and then I have these for later once you heal / release your shadow work or your blockages or what you need to release, what your energy will look like then. But we're going to take a look at your current energy, and then we're going to go deeper with what it is that you actually need to heal / release, the shadow work that you need to do. And then with tarot, we're going to shuffle the actions that you need to take, or how you can go about releasing and healing that, and then what it's going to look like. Or maybe we'll look at like your energy now, later, and then what you can do. Does that make sense? I didn't do that for group 1. I kind of went like, I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, group 2, let's get into it, shall we? We have the artist. Light attributes are expressing a dimension of life that is just beyond of the 5 senses, inspiring others to see life symbolically. And the shadow attributes, which is, we're probably going to focus on this part most, since we're doing shadow work here, using talent as an excuse to mistreat others, posing as the starving artist to elicit pity. Oh, my hand got shaky there. Maybe you guys are like a little shaky. We have number 41, 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel. This is also, this is like your crown chakra, which has to do with like spirituality, consciousness, like connection to spirit, things like that. And then we have grief. And then you guys got 2 of these spirit animal cards. So you have the stingray, which is also connected to water. So Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces may be of importance, or maybe of significance to you. Maybe your signs, you might have placements there. If not, don't worry about it. And then you also have the wolf, which is earth placements. So that would be Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So let us get into this reading, shall we? Let me switch this. Let me switch this here, so that there's less of a glare. Okay, so let's see here. Let's talk about these energies here, because they're pretty heavy. You're gonna know, first off, you're gonna know if this is your pile, just because I'm getting a very specific energy here. And again, if this is not your energy right now, just go ahead and find another group that you feel drawn to. And if you don't find another group that you find your energy in, maybe there's just not any messages here for you right now. But for those of you who are in here, you may have suffered a loss of some sort recently, and it really just shook you. This is a loss that has really, like I said, it shook you. And for a lot of you, this came out of nowhere, and for a lot of you, this might have been something that you were expecting, but it still shook you nonetheless. It still definitely struck a chord. And even like when I'm talking about it and channeling this energy for you, I feel like very shaky, and I feel like that's your energy coming through right now. It's still something that you are still very much grieving through right now, and I just want to say, like, I'm so deeply very sorry for your loss. And I really am sorry for your loss. I cannot even, I know pain is something that is never easy to go through, especially when you lose a loved one, and it's not something that, you know, there's definitely no timeline or time frame that you can just be like, okay, it's going to be like XYZ, and you know, there's no structure to healing when it comes to grief. And I'm not gonna sit here and tell you how to grieve. Everyone has their own ways, and if you are feeling any sort of depression, I definitely encourage you to reach out and seek some help, seek some professional help and support if you can. I definitely would like you and encourage you to do that. Sorry, I just wanted to take a moment for your loved one. I do want to say, though, your reading has a lot of energy of spirit guides, even your loved ones coming through on a spiritual side, because that is what this sorry, it's a heavy energy. That is what this card right here talks about. The 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel. This is about getting like spiritual downloads even, but basically you're just getting a lot of intuitive hits and inspiration and help from an ascended master like Archangel Uriel, as well as like your loved ones, like a friend or a family member who come to you in spirit. You can feel free to call upon them, but they are basically opening up to you what's called the Akashic Records, and you can go ahead and look that up. I'm not going to pretend and sit here like I'm a professional and or like a not professional, but like I'm a I know, like, you know, I'm not. I barely touched the surface of what the Akashic Records really are. I'm a noob when it comes to it, really. I'm still learning myself. But basically what this card is here to say is that they want you to know that the answers that you are looking for and the blessings that you want and deserve are coming to you. Should, you know, they're all around you. Your ancestors, your family members, your loved ones are around you in spirit, guiding you and bringing you these blessings that you are definitely, it's like almost like it's a long time coming. I feel like I'm being told. I feel like a lot of you can be misunderstood at times when it comes to your energy or who you are as a person. I feel like maybe the person that you lost even, or it could have even been like your pet for some of you. This is like the one person or pet that you could go to when you felt like so misunderstood, and they were the ones who really got you, you know. And I feel like that really, when you lost them, it really hurt like in a different way, you know. Like I'm hearing like it cut your heart in a different way, and that's why it's like so hard. I just have like a really big lump in my throat because it hurts. And I'm so sorry. I feel like maybe a lot of you, it's a pet. But for those of you who it's not a pet, regardless, you know, it's a painful thing to lose someone that you love and care about. And I truly am. I can't say I'm sorry more. I really am. Just know that they are here with you, and they are coming through strong and saying like they are bringing you these blessings that you've been so deserving of. And if you've been feeling like you can't find the light in the tunnel of darkness, they really want you to seek help and support, because they don't want you to stay in this darkness, you know. They see you as like the leader of the pack with this wolf energy here. You are like really this person who they see. You are somebody who really just upholds like the you're like the leader of the pack, right? You're this wolf leader, and you're somebody who is seen as a leader, a mentor. You might do a lot of work in like activism. This card can talk about humanitarianism. Is that the right word? But with the shadow aspect of this card, you can be judgy and overly dominant at times. At this time in your life, from like with this like huge catalyst, I feel like this loss has been like a huge catalyst in your life, and like you're kind of like wondering like, who am I? You're kind of like finding your identity and your confidence again. It's like a really pivotal point in your growth with the Stingray card coming out here. You can see all this rainbow colors in the spine of the stingray being highlighted in this card, and it's really talking about this pivotal point in self-growth where you're kind of struggling between the old and new, and you might be pressured from your family and friends to really choose between what you want and what they want. You know, sometimes it's not aligned, and this is about being in alignment with what you want. What is it that you want, and what is it that is in alignment with who you really are? And at that same time, you're kind of discovering who you really are in that sense. You know, as an artist, individuality is so important to you, and at times it can be clouded because I feel like you're also someone who is so sensitive, and sometimes you pick up on other people's feelings, like almost like an empath. You know, some of you might even be empaths. I don't know if you resonate with that, but since you pick up on these energies, you might confuse them with like what you really want, you thinking that it's your own emotions and your own wants and desires, and then later on you get alone and you get time to yourself and you realize like, oh shit, that wasn't really what I wanted. You know, that wasn't mine, that wasn't me, that wasn't my thoughts, that wasn't my feelings, that was someone else's, that didn't belong to me. And so I'm sorry, and so I don't know, my voice cracked. And so when you get out of balance and you get like kind of cranky, it's almost like this hangry energy around you where you get like when things don't go your way, you can kind of blame other people, and then at the same time, like when you're blaming other people and you let your like ego take over, you have the shadow aspect of this card coming out as well, with the artist mixing with these two, in the sense that you use your talent to mistreat other people and you throw yourself a pity party, you know, and you put the blame on everyone else and you quit because you're like, well, that's your fault that I did it like that, and things didn't go right, so you're like, fuck it, I'm out, you know. And that's kind of you're kind of at this point, this almost like a crossroad in your life where like you're trying to really align with your path. I feel like it's like finding out, where do you go from here, where's my true calling. I think a lot of you are feeling that way, and like connecting to this grief at the same time. I feel like you normally go to this person or this pet of yours or whoever this person was that you relied on, and now you don't have that, and it's like this huge shift in your life, and almost like an awakening happened, like a tower moment, if you will, in tarot, if you're familiar. That happened, and you're kind of wondering like, why me? Why is this happening? And I'm just hearing like this is happening for you and not to you, you know. Sorry about that, group 2, we got a little cut off there. As I was saying though, we have you just coming out of this healing, and that's not to say that there's a time frame in you getting over this period of healing, but definitely you are, through this healing, you've definitely become more awakened to a part of you that maybe you weren't fully aware of. And for some of you, you might have already been aware of, it's just that now you are more aware of it, and now you're taking more notice to this part of you, and it's just about being more connected to this higher level of spirituality and consciousness, and more connected to a higher purpose in life, if that makes sense. And maybe for some of you, you felt a little bit like a lone wolf even. And while you are a leader at that same point, this is also about taking charge of your life. It's about like making a decision of you know, no longer being so isolated. It's almost like this hermit energy I'm getting, like where you've been on your own and taking this time for yourself, and now it's this time of like getting back into the mix, you know, connecting back to those who are really in alignment with your soul and your purpose, and who really get you, if that makes sense. You know, with this 41 here, you're just really ready for this change. You know, it's been, you know, I feel like I'm just reiterating myself at this point. So I think I want to go deeper with what it is that you need to release and heal from, if that makes sense. So I think let's just get into that before I butcher this message, because yeah, even like with this green here, that is the heart chakra, about like healing and love, having compassion, not just like toward yourself, but even for other people. Because with these shadow aspects that you're having to deal with through your grief, you may have been, maybe, you know, as I said, you're blaming others through your hurt, even through your pain, and it's time to really grow from that, time to really heal from it and let it go. So let's just see, what does group 2 need to heal and release? What does group 2 need to heal and release? What does group 2 need to heal and release? What does group... Okay, we have empathy. I'm open to seeing both sides of a situation. Well, we have envy. I'm the same as everybody, but with different challenges. Yeah, that's that energy I was picking up on with kind of that energy of like, why is this happening to me energy, you know. And we also have this indecision card. I use my intuition in all aspects of life. I was only going to take 3, but I feel like I need to take 1 more. What does group 2 need to heal and release? We have change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. Okay, great. That makes sense. So, yeah. I think you're like in that process of grief where you're just about ready to start making changes, making the movement. Like change came out when you have this 5 energy here. Empathy in the sense that, like when we were talking about being judgmental, maybe now you're being more open to seeing both sides and more compassionate, as I was saying just a little while ago, to seeing both sides of the story, so that you're more understanding of others, and that in releasing these pre-made judgments, you are no longer being as judgy, if that makes sense. I know that sounds like really like such a weird way for me to say it. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time putting my words together. It could be that you're having a difficult time communicating with others, I think too, because it's been a while since you've interacted with other people, being that you've either isolated yourself. Only take it if it resonates, again, because this is a general reading. There's a lot of purple here. confirming like your intuitive hits. Maybe your awareness and your intuition, your psychic abilities are definitely opening up. That's what it's making me feel like. This orange is also making me feel like your sacral chakra is also being opened up as well, or it could be that you need to heal it or want to heal it, so that you can spark up any creativity that you've been experiencing, any blockages with. Sociability is also part of the sacral chakra. So like I said, if you have been isolating yourself, getting back into the mix of things, this is like this orangey color as well. But healing your sacral chakra is like you getting back into socializing with other people. That's also your sexuality and your pleasure senses. Pleasure is not necessarily like physical pleasure either. It makes me feel like pleasure in the sense that things that really bring you joy, you know, things that really please you, and bring that like fun back into your life, that passion back into your life, because that's really going to align with your purpose, your higher purpose. And that's the vibe that I was getting up here, is like you're being more awakened to find something like a deeper purpose in your life. Yeah, it's like you want to make this change. You're releasing this grief and this feeling of like almost like this feeling of like, I'm not saying like anything's wrong with the way that you grieve at all. That's not me saying that at all. But this is what you're releasing. You're releasing this grief that you've been holding on to, the way that you maybe the way that you have been holding on to the shadow side of it, in the sense that maybe you've been blaming other people, not taking responsibility of your life, in hopes that maybe if you sit in it long enough, things will change for you, as opposed to you taking action for yourself and taking responsibility for yourself. And that is what you are needing to release. So you have to be releasing that expectation that you don't need to be the one who takes charge of your own life. So you need to make this decision. Indecision is that release there. This needing to take action, that's what you need to release. The expectation that someone else is going to do it for you. Being envious and jealous of other people's lives and comparing your life to other people, that's what you need to release here. And knowing that everyone is going through their own ups and downs in their own life. And though, you know, you may think that your downs are lower than others, you don't really know that. You know, everybody has their own path, and the grass is not always greener on the other side. It's just what I'm being told. And so, like it even says it here, I'm the same as everybody, but with different challenges. Yeah, everybody has a different path to walk on. Everybody has a different bump in their road, a different obstacle being thrown at them. And so just know that, you know, it can seem like somebody's grass is greener, but you don't know what they had to do in order for it to become greener. You know, a gardener, a farmer, they don't just, you know, pray for it to become that way. They need to actually put forth the work and do things to make it that way. You know what I mean? So let's dig deeper with the tarot. We're going to look at what actions you need to take. What actions does group 2 need to take? How can they release this and heal from this? What actions what action does group 2 need to take to release and heal from this? What action does group 2 need to take to release and heal from this? What action does group 2 need to take to release and heal from this? What actions group 2 need to release? Oh, to release from this? We have the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. And the Four of Swords in reverse as well. Gonna focus. Yeah, that makes sense. I'll talk about that in a second. What actions does group 2 need to take in order to release and heal from this? What actions do group 2, how can group 2 release and heal from this? How can group 2 release and heal from this? What actions do they need to take? Maybe you only need 2. It's taking a while for anything to come out. There we go. How do you want to receive? Yeah. 7 of Cups in the upright. What actions do group 2 need to take? That one took a while to come out too. And number 9, the Hermit. Yeah. Because you already did that introspection. One more. The Hierophant. And then we have the King of Pentacles in the reverse. Hopefully it's not too confusing to see these. Okay. Okay, so, alright, group 2. Basically what we have to talk about here is that, so with the Six of Pentacles and the Four of Swords, when that came out right away, that made total sense because the Four of Swords and the Six of Pentacles just tells me what I already talked about, which was like maybe, well, first off, Four of Swords is like you've been basically wanting to get back into the thick of things. You've been wanting to take action. You've been taking some time away and like not really resting per se, but just time for you in your grief maybe. And basically this tells me you want to take action. You want to get back in the game. You know, that's what the Four of Swords is telling me. And with the Six of Pentacles in reverse here, that's making me feel like you have been uneven in terms of your relationships with other people. Not necessarily romantic, okay? Relationships can be any relationships, and that is with friends, family, coworkers, anyone, okay? And when I say unequal, I mean like maybe you've been more giving than taking, or more taking than giving, and that's totally understandable with your grief. But you maybe now you know that because you want to get back in action, you want to take control again, and you have gone, it's about like going within with this Hermit card, and really taking a look at yourself now. Like I think I called it earlier when I said Hermit energy here. Not necessarily taking time to isolate yourself, because then that would make me think it would be in the reverse, but really looking at, like, taking, really, like, what Spirit is saying is take a hard look in the mirror at yourself and think like, what would a good friend do, or what would a good whoever you are to that person do? What would you want them to do for you? And reciprocate that, and then some. You know, if you felt like maybe you weren't being the best person to them lately, and you have a lot of choices to make here in terms of you know, emotionally fulfilling that end of it. And I say emotionally because it's a cup card, and the Seven of Cups talks about a lot of opportunities coming your way and a lot of offers. But in this particular reading, I'm getting that you have a lot of decisions to make in terms of which cups you have to fill up again. Because I feel like with this healing that you're going to be doing, you first have to fill up your own cup. Now, in that sense, okay, we want to fill up our own cup in a way that we don't become too obsessed. And I say too obsessed because we have the King of Pentacles at the back of the deck here. And it's really cool how we have the King of Wands beneath that, because the King of Wands is about being passionate, and we really want that passion back in our lives with that sacral chakra energy I talked about earlier. But with this King of Pentacles in reverse, that can often talk about, like, usually Pentacles is more finance, material type of things, but this can be somebody who becomes more like obsessed. It's just making me think obsessed. And obsessed in the sense that maybe we become obsessed with our work. Like you might become so obsessed with finding your path, and when you go into this introspective space, you might find that your calling speaks to you so deeply that you forget those around you. And Spirit is saying that's an important part of your journey, to keep your support system in place on this journey. There's going to be a lot of change coming, and Spirit doesn't want you to forget those who really helped you along the way. And so, yeah, I was just curious. And so oftentimes it just makes me feel like, yeah, if you go too deep with it, you might end up, I don't know if it was this pile that I talked about Scrooge, or it might have been the last one where I talked about Scrooge. Sorry, when I channel, I often just forget what I talked about because it just comes through me. But with this Ten of Pentacles here, it makes me think, like, if you get too obsessive with finding your financial what do you call it? What's the word, Spirit? See, it must be your throat chakra I'm picking up on, that you haven't been in communication with a lot of people, which is not a big deal, but it can hinder you if you become too focused on your finances, your career path, and you forget those who are really important to you, because it's making me see Scrooge. I don't know if I'm picking up on that's another reference I've had. But anyway, with this Ten of Pentacles in reverse there, it's making me think, like, if you aren't careful and you get too obsessive with this financial path, this career path, you might not, don't forget about those around you who are really important, because there's more to life than just money. You do have this Two of Cups beneath that, which makes me think new people are coming in also. But don't forget those who are still around, who are still here for you, still supporting you, still rooting for you, because they're still important. That's coming through really strong. So I think it does mean something. The Hierophant makes me think of, like, traditions and maybe even studying. So whatever it is that you're doing, it could be like this new path leads you to study something new, lead you back to something traditional. It also makes me think you're rooted in something with this tree here. but it's a big change. I definitely feel that. It's a spiritual change. It's something, it could be for a lot of you, it could be something spiritual, it could be something teaching, something that you're learning more of. It could be something you're going back to, something like that. So let's take a look at your energy once you heal from this, once you release it, what your energy will look like then. And we have child divine, light attributes, innocence, purity, and redemption. Suggests a special connection with the divine. Absolutely. Wow. We're going to focus on light attribute, but I will talk about the shadow. It says an inability to defend oneself against negative forces. So definitely grounding yourself is important. So if you do work with anything spiritual, grounding yourself is important in general because we're all energy. So grounding just helps in general with anything. But definitely this just confirms that if you feel called to do something spiritual, using your intuitive gifts that you've been feeling called to, maybe you're awakening to your psychic abilities. That's amazing, you guys. But this child divine, that's your archetype here coming up for you. We have number 23 all tied up. That's crazy that this is also number 5. That's just more change energy. And Hierophant is also number 5. I just realized I didn't talk about that. So a lot of change is coming your way. A life purpose. See how much tree energy? Maybe you guys may be doing something like holistic, something in nature. If you feel called to do something like that, that's crazy. Answers. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you guys are going to be called to listen to group 1. They had 2 of these cards. And finding. Amazing. Amazing. Okay. Let me move this over. Okay. So I feel like a lot of you already know the answers for one thing, or you're going to be finding the answers in some readings. You've been called to watch a lot of readings lately, maybe for some of you with this answers card coming up. Maybe you've been noticing some signs around you. Pay attention to any angel numbers you've been seeing a lot of, or maybe you've been hearing certain phrases being repeated to you, or songs even that you've noticed a lot. Pay attention to these signs. For some of you also, this card talks about like coming clean. So if there's something that you need to get off your chest, like see how he's holding his chest here. If there's something that you want to get off your chest, like an apology or just something in general that you've been holding within you that has been bothering you, eating away at your soul, at your heart, that's part of healing and releasing. So whatever that is, release that, because that's going to help you. You can't make room for these new things, this new life purpose of yours. You can't make these changes if you don't release and make space for these new things. Like nothing new can come in until you make room for it. So by releasing the old things that are not serving you or eating away at you, you're just allowing them to live within you and eat away at you. So you may as well just, clean it out, be rid of it, heal it, release it, let it go. I know it's easier said than done, but trust me, once you do that, once there's a saying that's called eat the frog, and that is to do the hardest task first, or the biggest task first even. And once you do that, everything else is like a piece of cake. So that is what I'm being called to tell you. With this life purpose here, the tree and like I think I talked about growth even with this grief card, because the green made me think of growth. You're definitely growing through a lot, and that is the same with your life purpose here. I think I talked about it in this card as well. I was called to that tree and grounding yourself, and really just with this life purpose, I mean, it's really just about embarking on this new venture that you feel called to. Follow your intuition wherever it leads you. Also follow your heart. Let the two align with one another, and once you do, once you find that little balance, find it, you know, you're gonna marry the two and you're golden. Honestly, it's about finding that golden balance with your heart and your intuition, and that is where your life purpose lies. You're gonna feel really fulfilled by it, and this change is, I feel like you're ready for it. You've been asking for it. Maybe not asking for it, all of you, but definitely something that feels like it feels good. I don't feel worried. It feels good. It might feel a little scary because it's new and unknown, but it feels like an excited unknown. You know, I don't know if that makes sense. But with this finding card, it's really interesting because it actually does talk about suffering a loss, which is really interesting because you had the grief card earlier. And I do want you to know that with this here, it's like you're divinely protected also. That makes me think like you're definitely, you know, finding your way for sure. And that's just me intuitively feeling this card. But definitely you're going to probably you're an unexpected gift is going to be coming your way, and you're going to find your true path. You're going to just, it's all about following your soul's calling, following your heart and your intuition, and you will find your life purpose. And, you know, through all of this healing and releasing, you know, just know that it'll work out for you. And so, leading back to this all tied up card here with number 23, you know, feeling like you've been stuck and stagnant for so long, just know that you're no longer gonna feel that way. Like, do you see how she's tied up here? You know, you will no longer be tied up. Like these binds that are tying up, they're now broken. And so you are, you know, you're ready to break free from these ties, and you're ready to finally embark on this new journey, this new life purpose, and find the answers that you need and release this and make the change. And then as soon as you take this inspired action and make these changes for yourself, and you're open to all of this, you know, that's when all of these blessings will come in. You know, that's what this unexpected gift I'm talking about with this card is going to come in. And you might even get more than one, you know? It's all about making room for these things. And, you know, you can't have new things, you can't expect new things to come in until you release the old. So that is what I see here for you, and it's really exciting. We're gonna close out with some messages and advice from your higher self group 2. I'm really excited. So it's such a beautiful reading. It's really interesting that these 2 cards came out in group 1, but it's a little bit of a different message. So if you felt called to group 1, go ahead and take a listen. But like I said, it's a little different. It's all for a reason. Exactly what I said. It's not, you know, you think it's like, why me? But it's all for a reason. You might not know right away why, but it is for a reason. So, messages and advice. Any advice for group number 2, please from your higher self. Group number 2. Messages and advice for group number 2. Messages and advice for group number 2, please. Plant a seed and wait. Definitely, it's about this seed growing. This new life purpose is beginning, and it's about finding it. You just have to plant that seed and let it grow. Rest. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. With all this growing you're doing, all this healing that you've been doing, like, it's about you letting yourself truly rest. I know with that 4 of Swords I had come out for you earlier, that it was about getting back in the game. That's not the same thing as resting. Resting is about self-care. It's about you doing something to nourish yourself. It's about doing something to really let yourself relax and truly be at peace, you know? Be at peace. That's what I'm feeling. Let's get one more. Oh, I want to. Clarity of mind. Yep. That's what's coming to you. Clarity of mind. These answers that you've been looking for. And give it the time it needs. That's talking about that. And here it is. Be clear about what you want. Set the intention. Set the intention when it comes to assignment in the frame. But set the intention when it comes to what it is that you want. It may even help to work with the crystals or hold on to crystals. Rose quartz is very healing even. Maybe you've been drawn to this flower agate for a reason. That might be something that you want to pick up for yourself. They're not that expensive even. But definitely, I feel like be clear about what you want in terms of making these changes, because once you go through this, right? Once you embark on this, it's about, like, I feel like you've been wanting this change, but at the same time you haven't been doing much about it. So it's really about being clear. Be clear. If you want this change, you need to actually move your feet and do something about it. So be clear, but don't be hard on yourself either. Okay? I think that's what this means too. Give it the time it needs. Take your time, you know, take it one day at a time, and don't worry about like running to the end goal. It's not going to happen overnight, you know? It's not going to happen overnight. So that is what I see for you, group 2. That's where I'm going to leave your reading. Please go ahead and I hope you really enjoyed this reading, and I hope this was really helpful for you. I just want to give you a really big virtual hug, because this was like a heavy reading for me to do, and I felt your emotions come through with your loss. And again, I want to give you my condolences and my love and light, and sending you all of my healing energy your way. Again, so much love for you. And yeah, I hope this was very helpful. Please go ahead and smash the like button and comment down below to let me know how you enjoy this and if it resonated for you. And if you enjoyed it, I would love and appreciate if you shared this. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell notification so you don't miss a beat. I'm also going to be linking my Patreon down below in case you're interested and join our community over there, where we'll have exclusive pickle card readings not here available on YouTube, and we're going to be doing some really fun things there, like live readings, fun stuff. So, and I also really want to say thank you so much to those of you who have left a virtual tip. It helps me so much. It allows me to do what I do here. It makes me, you have no idea, I can't even thank you enough. It allows me to purchase the decks I use here on my channel, and it just helps me in the most tremendous ways of all. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed this. So Thank you, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye. What's up, group 3? If you chose this beautiful piece of aura-coded Howlite, welcome to your reading. I'm going to go ahead and pop your crystal here. I'm going to just lay it down because I keep knocking it down because it's so tall. And there. Let's point it. It's so shiny. Anyway. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start off by looking at your current energy. That way you can get a feel for if this is the right pile for you, the right group for you. And then if not, you can go ahead and pick a different pile if you feel like it's not resonating. And you might find that you have messages in more than one group. That's totally fine. If you don't find that you resonate with any, there just may not be any messages here for you right now because we only have 4 to choose from right now. So don't worry about it. But we're going to take a look at your current energies, which I have some pre-shuffled oracles here. And then this right here is your energies for once you do your healing and releasing, what your energy will look like then. But that's for later. So we're going to look at your current energy, and then we're going to shuffle these to see what it is that you need to heal and release. And then tarot for the actions that you can take or how you can go about healing and releasing those things, like doing your shadow work. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into it. We have the Father, light attribute, talent for creating and supporting life, positive guiding light within a tribal unit. And the shadow attributes are dictatorial. Why did I say that weird? Yeah. Dictatorial, control, abuse of authority. Dictatorial. Dictatorial? I don't know why I'm saying that funny. Abuse of authority. And then we have number 2, journey. And number 48, angel of balance. I'm going to move this so the glare is less. We also have creation. This is a neutral chakra. And we have the beaver, which is water. This is a water card. This is so Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces may be significant placements for you. If not, don't worry about it. That's just take it if it resonates. If not, don't worry about it. So let's just jump right in without, I'm just going to shift it because I don't like it not centered. Okay, it's a little better. Okay, group 3. I feel like we're going to be doing a lot of balancing in your work, in your shadow work, in your healing and releasing here, just because the Father is masculine energy, and so is the beaver, I feel like, and then we also have the angel of balance showing up here, and journey, which is number 2, makes me think feminine, like yin energy. In another deck I have, number 2 is the yin card. So that just makes me think that we are going to be doing some balancing in terms of what you need to release or work on here, without even like looking at any other cards. But anyway, your current energy is more of a masculine energy here with the Father and the beaver. So you are definitely someone who works very, very hard, and you put a lot of people before you, including your family, especially your family. You're very family oriented, whether that is your actual like blood family or your chosen family. And you work on like financial stability. You're somebody who is a provider, and you look at like long-term projects, and you're someone who really sees it through. They're showing me a movie that I was just watching. Is it a movie? Yes, it's the movie. I was just watching it. I was trying to think what the movie was. They were just showing me the lighter. that was in the movie, and I couldn't think of what movie I was watching, but it says a pierce sees it through, and I was like, what movie is that? If you guys ever watched The Christmas Chronicles on Netflix, but anyway, that was like their family like motto. A pierce sees it through, but that's just what they were showing me. It's like you always see whatever you start to the finish, and not only do you see it to the finish, but you always put like extra into it. You know, you don't just like half-ass anything, and you don't even just like do the bare minimum. You go like above and beyond to get it done. And you're a creator. You're somebody who not just like, you don't just take some instructions and follow the instructions and do it. You put your creative flair on it and make it unique. You might even be somebody who actually does this for a living, like creates for a living, not necessarily someone who works for someone else, although you very well could be. So take what resonates and what matches you. I feel like we have a mix here of those who create for themselves, work for themselves, and those who also work for like a big company as well. And if you do work for a big company, I do feel like you're somebody who stands out as a leader, somebody who maybe you're a manager, somebody who's definitely higher up, or at least recognized for the work that they do. And if you're not, you are working your way up there for sure. You're on this journey to get there. As far as like moving on up, you're definitely, that's this vibe I'm getting from this journey card. For some of you, travel might be in the future, whether it's a vacation or moving houses, moving country, moving states, moving in general. You might be even at a crossroads where you have to decide which pathway to go in your career. And you're considering your family. I also see like you're considering like a lot of things when it comes to making this decision, because this Angel of Balance card is coming out where you really need to weigh out your options, because this card is about centering around like your choices. It's balancing your goals, balancing your physical and emotional energy, and really honing in on your intuition to make these choices. Let your intuition guide you. With number 2, it's about being at a crossroads, right? See this crossroads here in this picture, and making a decision about it and being at peace with it. So it's not something that you're taking lightly. It's something that you really want to be at peace with in terms of making this decision. 48 condenses to 3 because you have 4 plus 8, which condenses to 12. 2 plus 1 comes to 3. 3 is all about like growth and expansion, even abundance, and that definitely makes me think that you are trying to expand and grow and achieve some things here. So you're definitely in that energy of taking control of your goals and your life, especially with the shadow aspect here of the father. However, because you are somebody who works so hard, I do think that maybe you're trying to also balance that work-life schedule. Maybe you are a workaholic even, and that can be a problem with your family as well. You know, working a lot can definitely put a strain on your home life, and you're trying to balance that out as well. I feel like balance is a huge key here. I'm also hearing, like, I never watched like Leave It to Beaver, but Mr. Beaver is coming in my head for some reason. Like, I'm hearing Mr. Beaver, and I feel like he's somebody who's super reliable and just a really good husband and father type. And it doesn't matter like if you identify as male, female, you're definitely somebody who strives to be someone who is there for your person, there for your family, somebody who provides and is just really someone who is, you know, like a rock for your family. Somebody who can build a, a life for the ones that you love. And not just any old life, but like a good life, you know, one worth looking back on when you're old, and your children will be like, I'm so blessed that, you know, if that's what you want, if children is in your future, you know, I'm so blessed to have lived the life and to have had, you know, my parents in my life provide this life for me. And I feel like that's what you're striving for here. However, I do think that when you're so tunnel visioned on this, like if you can see how dark around this beer is, you can get tunnel visioned with this. You can highlight this dictator view where you're so controlled in your vision that you forget other people around you. And so that might be where your shadow aspect lies, where your, you know, healing needs to lie, and that this dictatorship, this abuse of authority aspect where you need to be the one in control, in the driver's seat, kind of holding the reins all the time 24/7, and not, like, you know, always like I said, always driving and not letting someone else take the wheel every now and then. You're not going to have this happy family that you are envisioning, you know. You're going to be the only one there standing, and I don't think that is what you're wanting here to achieve. You know, with this number 2 here, you want, there's a duality involved. There's a partnership and peace that you want to achieve, and I think that's what we need to focus on here, creating that peace and that balance. There's just so much balance here that I feel like you want to attain. So let's go ahead and look deeper with what it is that you need to release here. What does group 3 need to release? What does group 3 need to release? Oh, look at that. I cut it and there's peace. Just hard to see that. Peace. Yeah. So I don't know, maybe it's been rocky. I'm not sure if that's for one of you or some of you, but definitely. What does group 3, excuse me, what does group 3 need to release and heal from? What does group 3, whoa, messy, need to heal and release? We have courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. I think you fear letting go of control, letting someone else drive for a bit. I think you fear letting control go to someone else. Like, only you can drive, you know? And I get it. What does group 3 need to release? Whoa. I regret. I cannot change the past. So it could be that you are dealing with some childhood wounds even, like, and that's why you're so focused on this, so focused on this path, this journey that you want, and why you want this so badly. It could be like a parent in your life that you, when you were growing up, because oftentimes when we want a certain family life for ourselves, it's because we didn't have it, or we had something different and we want to create something different for our future, and we're manifesting that. And oftentimes we can self-sabotage, right? Or these things just manifest in our everyday lives because we don't want that to happen for ourselves, and then we end up taking a different turn on things. You know, what does group 3 need to release and heal? See, this card, I don't even know. This card came out. Peace. I am a being of love, and I release all negative energy. And I think another card just flipped over. We have fear. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Definitely that feeling, group 3. I think that I definitely feel like this is something you're healing from the past, something that you've grown up with, and it's all about like I know I cannot change the past. There's nothing more that like can come through clearer than that, clear as day. And for a lot of you, maybe it is a father figure in your life that we are channeling here. And whether this is an absent father or somebody for a lot of you, it could be a mother. But I'm picking up on a father figure who was not available in your life. And if they were just a shitty father to you. And this is about you accepting that you cannot change the past, you know? And it's not about regret. It's about this message in this regret card here. Because it's not about you regretting the past. It's about knowing that you cannot change the past. Okay, you need to focus on that message there. Not this part that says regret. It's about, I know that I cannot change the past. That is the message that is being highlighted there. Okay, don't focus on this word, focus on the message here. I know that I cannot change the past because what happened to you in your childhood is not your fault. Okay, what happened to you is not on you. It is not. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence, and you have the fear come out here. You had the fear card come out here. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Because I think that maybe you weren't given the love that you deserved when you were growing up from your father figure. You were wondering, what is wrong with me that I'm not given this love? What do I need to do to earn his love or your mother's love, if that were the case, you know? And I feel like I can relate to you because I've been there and I get it. I want you to know it's not your fault. You are who you are because that person was shitty, you know? And you would be a different person had they been there for you. And you think you would be a better person, but I'm here to tell you right now, you would not be the same. You would not be as strong. You could not be as resilient, and you would not be as brave because you have this courage card here. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. I don't know how many times I said that already, but really, you are. And it's about coming to peace with this. I am a being of love, and I release all negative energy. And this is something that maybe a lot of you have been dealing with for many, many years, and you've pushed it and pushed it and pushed it back and pushed it and pushed it and pushed it back. And maybe you've been healing with it with other relationships or with substances. For some of you, you've been covering it up, and it's time to really just face it with courage. Face your fears with courage and come to peace with it, because by covering it up with other things, it's just going to keep sprouting back up and sprouting back up and sprouting back up. And the only way you're going to really get over this is by facing it. And it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to happen slowly, by accepting it slowly, that you were not the issue. They were the issue. It's not on you. There's nothing wrong with you. You are worthy and deserving of love. And they're the shitty person for not being there. They're the shitty person for not seeing that you are incredible. You are the most amazing blessing. And they're the ones who are living with regret. They're the ones who are cowards. They're the ones who don't even realize what they're missing out on. And that's on them. You don't need them. You really don't. You need to release that space that you've been holding out for them, because something bigger is coming. Something better is coming. And I can feel it in this reading. It's like, here. It's about releasing this fear and having the courage to venture off into this card here. Look how like peacefully she's going off into this card, like the light. She doesn't know what's off into there, but she's going off into this journey. And this angel of balance here, it's about balancing your emotions even. Stop giving them to someone who doesn't deserve it, because that person does not deserve it. Nope, they don't. It's been years. Stop giving it to them. They don't. And I'm talking to myself even through this reading, because I've done it. Blood does not make you family. I can tell you that. Actions and appreciation and love make you family. And like, you are worthy of somebody who sees you, who loves you for you, and actually shows you that love. Don't hold out for this. And don't beat yourself trying to make this because you didn't have it. I understand you wanting it, but don't worry if you're not perfectly there, because nobody's perfectly there. Nobody. And you're doing an amazing job as it is, being the hardworking family provider that you are. I can see it in the beaver card and the father card that came out. Why would both of these cards come out in two completely different decks? They wouldn't come out if you weren't. And this creation card, you're an extremely hard worker, and not just a hard worker, but a provider. You provide, not just a hard worker. If you were just a hard worker, it would just be a B. The B would have come out in this deck. You not only work extremely hard, but you provide for those that you love. That is why this came out. The beaver in this deck, it literally talks about being loyal and putting your family first. That's literally what this card talks about in this deck, and that's what you do. And that is something that you're doing 10 million times better than what you had. And I feel like you need to be reminded of that, because you're too hard on yourself. You're too hard on yourself. So, without me beating it to a bush, because I feel like you already know this, I feel like you just needed to be reminded that you are an amazing person. You're doing an amazing job. And that you just need to really work on releasing this fear that you have of being a shitty parent, of repeating this, and let go of this pain that you're living with, that pain that you did not get the same love from your parent figure growing up, because they're not worth it anymore. Release that space that you're holding, release that pain that you're holding. I know it's easier said than done, but once you do, once you come to terms that you cannot change the past, and you don't need to forgive, but you need to like forgive yourself. Just forgive yourself, in knowing that it wasn't you. Okay? It wasn't you. Because I'm a firm believer that you don't need to like necessarily forgive them in the sense that go to them and be like, okay, I forgive you. Like, just forgive in the sense that you're not holding anger. Don't hold on to the anger, because that anger eats away at your soul. And You don't want to hold on to that negative energy, because that negative energy spreads like wildfire, and then you won't be able to bring in any positive and new energy, right? You want to release that negative energy. Right here, peace. I am a being of love, and I release all negative energy. That is what you need to do. Release that negative energy. That is what you need to do. And we need to see how you can do that. Once you do that, you're going to make room for so much more. This journey card is leading you to so much more bigger and brighter things. Because look at the light. I feel like the spotlight is just the beginning. Even behind the beaver here, like while it's surrounded in this darkness, there's light behind. There's so much more coming. So let's just see, what does group 3, what actions does group 3 need to take to release and heal from this? Okay, what does group 3 need to, what actions does group 3 need to take to release and heal from this? What actions does group 3 need to take to release and heal from this? How can group 3 release and heal from this? What actions? Whoa. Hold on. Okay, we have the Hanged Man in reverse. The Hanged Man in reverse. What actions does group 3 need to take to heal and release? What actions does group 3 need to heal and release? We have Judgment. We also have the Ace of Wands. Oh. The Empress in reverse. One more. We have the Two of Cups in reverse. And under the deck, we have the Seven of Swords. There we go. Okay. Interesting. Okay, group 3, it's very interesting that all these cards came out. But at the same time, it totally makes sense. So it's really funny. Not funny, but just funny how tarot works the way that it does. But the Hanged Man in reverse here and the Empress in reverse, it makes sense. So basically these two cards here are just talking about you're not wanting to let go of control, right? The Hanged Man in reverse, that's basically what it means. And the Empress in reverse talks about being overly controlling. It can even talk about being like coddling, you know, just not wanting to let go of control and struggling to let go of control. The actions that you need to take here in order to move forward are basically to do that, to let go of control here. And with Judgment here, it's like you're going to be getting this wake-up call, if you like, so to speak. You know, it's like this awakening even. You know, the sun is rising and you're going to be seeing, like, you know, this light, like, you know, like figuratively, and this trumpet, and you're going to hear it, the calling. Not literally, but it's like a wake-up call, you know, where you're going to realize, like, oh shit, like, if I want to heal from this, if I want to move forward from this, if I'm, you know, the reason you came to this reading was to figure out a way to heal and release. What is it that you need to heal and release? And this is what it is. And how can you do that? Well, that's this is your wake-up call here. You're going to, you know, find this new sense of passion. And that's what this Ace of Wands talks about. It's like almost like the Ace of Swords in the sense of like an epiphany. The aces in general makes me think of like almost like an epiphany. But it's like this spark of passion coming at you where you realize that you are better than this. You are worthy, and you don't need to, you know, hold on so tightly to everything. And it's about this Two of Cups is letting go of this person and separating yourself from this past trauma, this person who has not been worthy of you. Not you worthy of them, but realizing that they're not worthy of you, you know? And it's about time you realize that. There's a lot of 2 and 3 energy in your reading. You have the 2 and the 3 here, and the 2 and the 3 here. And with the 7 of Swords energy here, it's about being strategic when it comes to letting people into your life because you've got so much going on. You don't need to tell everyone what's happening just because, you know, I feel like so many big things are happening for you that it's not everyone's business that you need to tell everybody. I feel like you're going to be coming into a lot of money with all the things that you're doing, and you don't need to, I guess you don't need to like share it with everybody. You just need to share it with the most important people, and that's all that matters. And by you separating yourself from this parent figure, you're going to be saving yourself a lot of headache and a lot of a lot of headache. Maybe some of you have had to, I don't know, financially support your parent, and they take advantage of you in that way. And so I think that's why this is showing up even, and that might be a select few of you, that might be a bunch of you. Take it only if it resonates. If not, please just leave it here. You'll know if that's for you. But I do want to say that this 2 of Cups in the reverse, it's about letting it go. I'm getting like that huge vibe of like, it's not working out. It's about separating from this person. It's about, you know, it's a one-sided thing. It's about balancing. And you're only pouring into their cup. They're not pouring into yours, you know, and you have no more to give to that person. So it's not fair. It's not fair to you. And, you know, if they only take from you, why? You are worthy of so much more. And you don't need to prove yourself to this person at all. No, that's not how it works. A relationship works both ways. And for some of you, this might not even be a parent. For some of you, this might be a relationship, or even a friendship. But I got the huge vibe that it was a parent figure in the beginning. So that's what I went with. But yeah, you guys, it's just about you really letting go of control and listening to your intuition about like separating yourself. You don't have to like necessarily cut them off like dead ass, you know. That's what the word I'm hearing. I never even used that word, but that's just what I heard. Cold turkey, is that another one? But you just need to set a boundary where you no longer give your energy up to that person. They're just an energy vampire, and don't let them suck the life out of you. Group 3. Don't let them take from you anymore. And yeah, it's about really letting go of control. Once you give up these reins and you let someone else drive for a bit, you'll feel so much better, and you'll see so many more things come your way. Let's take a look at the energy of once you do heal and release, what things are going to start looking like, because right now you're Yeah. Right now you're in like this overly dominant energy, workaholic energy, and you're kind of at a crossroads, right? You're trying to find this balance, and right now you're unable to. You might be, other relationships in your life might be suffering because you're in this workaholic stage and you're overly controlling, and so you need to let go of those reins. So once you do, let's see what your energy is going to look like. Okay, so we have Queen. That is so crazy. Okay, this is all about balance. Seriously? Group 3, Queen. Light attributes, radiates the regal feminine, uses her benevolent authority to protect others. Shadow attributes, becomes arrogant when authority is challenged, controlling and demanding. See, literally, what did I talk about earlier? Balance. Feminine, I think I mentioned that earlier. Queen. This is about balancing your feminine and masculine energies. 30, the garden and the gate. Another 3 in your reading. 30 condenses to 3. Excuse me. We have prosperity. That's a beautiful card. I've never seen this card. Family. Wow. Let me move this over. Oh, family and love. That's beautiful. Okay. First off, let's talk about, what do I want to talk about first? Queen, because you're literally going to be coming into balance, okay? Because you have this father masculine energy and you have the Queen coming out here. And basically, once you release, you're going to be balancing your masculine and feminine energy. That's just self-explanatory there. Father and Queen, masculine, feminine energy, you're going to be in balance. And that is just insanely amazing. We're not focusing on the shadow of this just because we did the shadow work there. But it's funny how when the Queen is not in balance and she's in her shadow aspect, she is also very controlling and demanding. So be aware of that as well. But that is crazy. Number 30 also condenses to 3. You have so much of that energy in your reading with the Empress. And then 48 also condenses to 3. Again, we talked about how that talks about your growth, abundance coming in. 3 is also a number of expansion and harmony even, which is family. You have family highlighted in your reading so much as well with this card. And then the father is a provider as well. The beaver talks about putting family first and being a provider as well. But with this family card and the garden and the gate card, it's just even more about your family. Garden and the gate is more about abundance and prosperity even more. You have it highlighted so much. So just know that once you bring yourself into balance and you release and heal this controlling, overly controlling state that you might feel like you're in, heal from this like childhood wound, or start to at least work on that, you'll see more abundance and prosperity coming in. You'll start to feel more safe as well. If you can see this girl here in the picture, she's very safe in her garden, and her gate is locked, and she's very safe here. But what this card also talks about, while she's very safe and enjoying the benefits of her garden, like reaping the benefits of her hard work and things like that, this talks about a lot of like money, prosperity, as well as like personal pleasures coming in as well. Know that while you're safe in your gate, in your garden is locked, you are also keeping yourself from exploring the expansive out here, which is like the unknown, right? And that's like the fear coming in, because we fear the unknown. And while we are safe and enjoying like the abundance and the wealth, there's nothing wrong with that, but know that we might be keeping ourselves from even more things out here, more growth, more expansion, spiritually, materially. We don't know, right? We don't know what we don't know. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. That's just something to note, okay? But nonetheless, we have prosperity again here in this card, prosperity, which is just, you're going to be reaping the benefits of your hard work because you've been working so hard, as we've seen here. Just stop focusing so much on your money and know that what you need will be provided. Also, maybe I think like deal, like a really good deal is coming in, like an offer might be coming into you, coming in soon. Maybe multiple offers might be coming in soon as well. Your manifestations may be coming through as well too. Also really focus on the law of attraction here and familiarize yourself with that and understand how it works, because the way your mind thinks is the way that works. So keep that in mind. And then of course you have this family card, beautiful family. And whether or not you already have a family, this could just be like you can turn to your family for support during this time of growth or expansion of the hard work, like turn to them for venting, things like that. I'm sure it is a stressful time at work, especially during the holidays. If you're watching this when this is uploaded, of course this is a timeless reading, but nonetheless, this can also be like healing is coming if there's already a rift. I don't see the healing happening for the person that you may be separating from or distancing yourself from, as we talked about in the tarot earlier. However, it's not impossible either, you know. Just know that with the Seven of Swords here at the back of the deck, if you do decide to heal that with that person, just be very, keep your guard up, because maybe they're not telling you everything, maybe they're leaving some stuff out, they're only telling you what you want to hear at that point too. So just be aware of that if you do decide to talk it out with them. That is just what I'm getting from it. However, if it is healing with a different family member who is not that, maybe you had a little argument, that's something else also associated with this card. But this card can also just be like a happy family situation, like if you have children, things like that. It could also mean if you've been desiring children, it sometimes signifies like somebody new is coming in that sense, a new member coming in. And this also can talk about family gatherings bringing good news, so that's exciting as well. And then of course you have this love card. This just like brings me like a warm fuzzy feeling. It's making me see Olaf, and like Olaf loves warm hugs. That's like the feeling that I'm feeling. But basically this is just about you honoring your true feelings and knowing that it is safe for you to give and receive love. Also just really learn to accept and believe who you are, and coming into like yourself, if that makes sense, your authentic self, especially since you're coming into balance with your feminine and masculine energies. It's about loving and accepting your shadow aspect, not shutting it out, not trying to wipe it out, if that makes sense. It's about loving all the parts of you. And I think I say it all the time as well. Without shadow, there is no light. So it's not about wiping out that shadow aspect. It's about learning to love and heal that shadow aspect, accepting that part of us. Because without it, we would not have the light. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm super excited for you, group 3. So much good stuff is coming your way once you heal and release from this, once you let go of the control a bit. And yeah, this abundance and prosperity is so exciting. We're going to finish off with advice and messages from your higher self. So let's get into that. So once we get into that, ooh, just a mess of cards there. But yeah, it's always so gratifying when the cards come out the way you expect it to, you know? So, group number 3, what advice and messages do you have? It's not a competition. Yeah, I feel like you're competing with your past, and I feel like you don't need to. You're like comparing yourself to idealized families or idealized parent figures, and you don't need to do that. You know, you really don't need to do that. A flower does not look to the other flower to compare itself. You know, that's the I butchered that quote, but there's a quote like that, and that's what I'm being brought to. But really, it's not a competition. Advice and messages for group 3. Listen quietly. Yeah, you might find that when you do listen to that, you're going to get some intuitive hits when you are wanting to bring yourself into balance, especially with this angel of balance coming into play. Listening quietly might help. Another thing that's really interesting and helpful for me is like asking your guides or your angels, whatever it is that you choose to believe in, to play you a song that you need to hear. And then you can go to like Spotify or whatever that you listen to your playlist and hit shuffle, and a lot of times that helps. Like you bring a message that you need to listen to. But what I'm getting from this card is that you are getting signals and signs that you don't even realize. So it could be in the form of angel numbers, like repeating numbers. Maybe you see like 1111 a lot, or 111, 1010, 222, things like that. You might see that on the clock a lot. And go ahead and Google it and see like what message you get. It could be something. Take a field trip. Yes. This could be about like you working too much. Take a break. Take a break. Let go of that control and let yourself have a little fun, you know? Have a little fun and just let someone else take the reins. It's about getting, I feel like this matches to the beaver too a lot, like these trees. If you can get into nature to ground yourself, but it's really about you like taking a trip. Even Journey talks about taking a vacation. If you can take a little break from your life, just take a little rest, you know. Advice. Ooh. Little by little, yeah. So this healing is not going to happen overnight. It's just about little by little, step by step, and as you slowly take the little step, it's going to, you'll start to see it pay off over time. You know, it's about like letting it go little by little. And your bottom of the deck is love your dark side too. As I was saying, without shadow there is no light, and it's about loving your dark side too. Seriously, cannot get any better than that. Group 3 cannot get any better than that. So, yeah. I hope you really enjoyed this reading, Group 3. I certainly did. That is where I'm going to leave your reading. Please go ahead and smash the like button and comment down below to let me know how this resonated for you and what you liked about it. If I hit the nail on the head with the dad thing or the parent thing in general, give me like the twinsy emoji so that you know, maybe we are going through the same thing. I don't know. But let me know And yeah, I also would love, love, love and appreciate if you shared this. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell notification so you don't miss a beat. That is the easiest way for you to support my channel. It means the world to me as we are trying to hit our goal to the road to, you know, get up there with our subscribers and things. I also want to say thank you so, so much to those of you who have left me a virtual tip. It means the world to me. I cannot thank you enough. That supports me to do what I do here on YouTube, and it allows me to purchase the decks here that I use as well. It means so, so much. So thank you. That I cannot thank you enough. Thank you. It means so much. I'm also going to be linking my Patreon down below with that virtual tip jar as well, just in case you're interested in joining our community over there, where we'll have exclusive pick a card readings and also other fun live stuff there on Patreon that is not available here on YouTube. We're gonna have so much fun. And yeah, I hope you really liked it, you guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye. What's up, group 4? If you chose this really cute piece of amethyst, welcome to your reading. I'm gonna go ahead and pop your crystal right up here so you can still see it. And we're just gonna go ahead and get into your reading. If you missed the intro, I have some pre-shuffled oracles here to get your current energy, and then this is for your energy once you've healed and released and done your shadow work. So we're going to take a look at your current energy first, and then we're going to shuffle this deck right here to see what it is that you need to heal and release, and then we're going to go into tarot to see what actions you need to take in order to do that, what you need to do to heal and release those particular things, and then what your energy will look like once you do that. Once you do that shadow work, once you heal and release what you need to heal and release. So without further ado, let's take a look at your current energy. You have Pioneer, and your light attribute is passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. And the shadow attribute is compulsive need to keep moving on. So we're going to focus mostly on the shadow attribute. Hopefully you can see that. And then you have, let's do the bigger one. We have number 46, the thinking man. Can you see that? Anyway, you have bear. This is earth energy. So Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn might be significant signs or placements for you. If they're not in your chart, or if you don't have those placements, don't worry about it. Only take it if it resonates. Take it as confirmation. If you don't, again, if you don't have those placements, don't worry about it. And then we have these two chakra cards. You have Quest, and you also have Forgiveness, which I'm very happy with the way these laid out so nicely. And this is very interesting energy here. Okay, so let's see here. You have quite an interesting energy here. It's more about like awakening. So some of you might be feeling like you've gone through some sort of spiritual awakening, and some of you might be feeling like it's cool because like the bear is like awakening spiritually from like this hibernation, like a spiritual hibernation, like you're becoming like awoke, right? More aware to your spirituality. And then you also have like this sleepy image here in this forgiveness card, but this doesn't talk about being more awakened. This actually talks about something totally different. It's just cool how the imagery here is sleeping. But this is this particular chakra card is about spirituality and psychic abilities and intuition and and your consciousness, things like that. Because this is having to do with like your third eye chakra, and your third eye chakra has to do with your awareness and things like that. So where do I want to start? Okay, and you have Quest, which is interesting. And Quest is about going on this navy path, which makes me think of more indigo energy. Indigo is third eye. But this particular card is the throat chakra, which is about communication, inspiration, expression, things like that. But the story behind this card, see, I don't know where to start. This is about you having a struggle to communicate and where to start, where to venture off, because you're slowly awakening to this, and this is new to you. I feel like this is all new to you, and you kind of don't know where to go from here. And with this thinking man here, this could be somebody coming into your life to mentor you and teach you, and help you along this path. Maybe you already have this person in your life because this is your current energy. So it could be like this person is helping you on your way, supporting you in some way along this journey, giving you, imparting wisdom upon you on this journey, and educating you on this path. It could even be a love interest for some of you. 46 condenses to 10, which is also 1 as well, which is all about like the beginnings and endings of the cycles, and new beginnings and inspiration, things like that, gifts. So I think you're becoming aware of your gifts, and awakening from your spiritual slumber and going through this personal transformation. And even with Pioneer here, this card talks about passion for doing and creating what hasn't been done before. And it makes me just think like this, with this heart and the light around it, like a light worker. And maybe some of you are in fact light workers, and some of you might be experienced light workers and just awakening to a new level of that, and some of you might be brand new to this whole journey. But as far as focusing on the shadow attribute, because this is about needing to release and heal, kind of doing shadow work, we're going to focus on this part. Compulsive need to keep moving on. You kind of feel like you've reached a point of stagnation, if that makes any sense. Like you don't really know where to go from here. You feel stuck. And as somebody who is a pioneer and is go, 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 I feel like even if you're familiar with stock market terms, it's cool because the bear, when you talk about a bear market, it's a one that, you just stay. It's either a bear market or a bull market, and a bull market is more aggressive, whereas the bear is not. And you have the bear here. So it's about like being stuck, right? Not moving and being where you are, not rushing into anything when you really have this need to move. Where do I go now? You need to go, go, go. It's time to go. You have this, you need to go on this quest. You need to go on your path and be on your way. And this quest card is actually about self-discovery and going on this path of inner truth, finding your inner truth here. Really just quieting your mind and going within. It's kind of like a hermit energy if you're in tarot. And I have all this ash from my Palo Santo, sorry. But with this forgiveness card here, it's a really cute story about how this rhino here, I can't remember the rhino's name, might be Ruby, I'm not sure, I'm so sorry. But anyway, the story of the rhino is that the rhino's mother is actually an alcoholic, and despite having an alcoholic mother, she forgives, the rhino forgives its mother, and pushes through that and just wants to be a pet to its family. And something like there's like fires or something, and people, like human people, are panicking and stuff, and then she rescues this little boy, and they find I think Ruby is the rhino, curled up with this little boy in the forest, and they're sleeping, and then the human people of the boy find them like this, so cute and cuddled, like not hurt, and they, Ruby rescued the boy, and the people shoot Ruby with a dart, and when Ruby wakes up from that, she realizes she's like trapped, like I guess they take her back to their village, and she's with the boy's family as a pet. And rather than being upset about, feeling betrayed by them because she didn't do anything wrong, she's happy, she's forgiving, and she got what she wanted in the end, was to be their pet. And so, yeah, it's a weird story, but in how they deliver the message. But in the end, the moral is that it's about forgiving. It's not about forgiving those who have wronged you. It's about forgiving yourself for loving those who have betrayed you. And I think that that's an important message, because so many people tell you that you need to forgive those people who have done you wrong, when really I'm a strong believer in not having to do that, because they don't deserve that. You deserve it. You deserve it for you. You deserve to let go of the anger for you, not for them. And so I think the way people deliver that message is oftentimes skewed the wrong way, and that is a better way to deliver it, in a way that the forgiveness is for you and not for them. So it's more so forgiving yourself for allowing that person to hurt you, or forgiving yourself for feeling like, you let them do that, or loving them for loving that person who did you wrong, things like that. So I think your current energy is just about you going on this journey, this awakening journey, and really starting to heal and understand where you go from here, and getting out of this feeling of being stuck. So let's go further and seeing what it is that you actually have to release here. What is it that group 4 has to release? What does group 4 need to release and heal? Group 4 need to release and heal? Yeah, because it feels like you're awakening, and you're you're ready to take action on something. That's what it feels like. You're ready to go on this new quest. What does group 4 need to release and heal? Pride. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. Okay. What does group 4 need to release and heal? Cool. Forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. Definitely reiterating that you need to forgive. I think that's basically what you really need to do, ultimately. One more. We'll just take one more. And you got friendship. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. Yeah, so I think you're being sent people your way at this time. So be open to that. Maybe I do think for a lot of you, oh, look at that. Underneath you have fear. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. So I do think that previously, I'm going to leave this flipped like this because I think that's there for a reason. I think I'm gonna go ahead and say, because I feel like that's what it is, you have definitely been hurt or betrayed, burned by somebody in the past. And this could be a friend, this could be a family member, this could be a coworker, whatever rings the bell for you. Um, and you feel like, you know, you can't trust anybody right now, or ever even. And this is about you really just being able to forgive. You don't have to forgive them, but again, it's that knowing that you have to for forgive yourself for loving them. Forgive yourself for loving those who have betrayed you. Forgive yourself for feeling like, you know, it's your fault, because it's not. That's what it is. Forgive yourself for feeling like, you know, it's on you when it's not, because you're harboring all of this resentment. And right here, I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love, and it truly does. It really, really does. And when you harbor all of that resentment, and it builds up this negative energy, and negative energy just spreads like wildfire. And what you don't realize is that what you don't like in other people is actually a mirror. I learned this in like a life coach thing, and I've learned it in life coaching, and I've learned it in other, I don't even know what you call them, conferences. um but anyway, it's about like what you don't like in other people. It's often mirroring something, and it triggers something within yourself. So you have to really take a hard look at yourself. It's about going within yourself, right? And it's that pride coming out here. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. So forgive yourself, because it's eating away at you. These feelings and this fear that you have within you as well. So by having these feelings, you're just growing more of it within you, and it's like weeds. The more, like, weeds spread so quickly and so crazily, whereas like if you want a garden of beautiful flowers, you need to get rid of those weeds first. You know, you need to get rid of those horrible things that are eating away at your garden. And right now, your guides, your angels, whichever you believe in, they want to send you these new friends that are meant to be in your life and help you along your path, your quest, your like the thinking man here, who want to help mentor you, who want to help push you along your way, and guide you to where you need to be, and bring you the light and love that you deserve. um that's why this is coming out here. I think it's supposed to come out here under where I have the thinking man. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. Seriously, it really is. Um, Purple is the color of the crown chakra, that's connected to the higher consciousness, spirituality. Like, these are all your friends are being sent from, like, these are soul family friends, not just any people. You know, these are people who are meant to be in your life, meant to bring you something, meant to show you something, meant to teach you something, meant to push you along a path. And you can't make room for these new friends unless you release these feelings of resentment, these feelings of pain, and really forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. You don't have to forgive the people who done you wrong, but at least forgive yourself and make room for them. And that is like the main thing that's coming through. Like, what you need to release is these feelings of resentment. I don't feel like it's really anger or hate at all, because I don't feel that. I feel like you just really resent what happened to you, and you can't bear that feeling of it happening again. You fear that it's going to happen again if you let somebody too close to you. And it's kind of like that pride where, like, if you let your guard down, that might happen again. And you just know that, like, when you keep that guard up, you prevent yourself from feeling the good too, not just the bad, but the good as well. So let's take a look at what actions you need to take in order for you to release and heal from this, okay? Because while it is just about forgiving, I mean, I know a lot of people are like, well, how do I forgive? You can just say it, but what else can you do, right? What else can you do to do that? What can group 4 do to release and heal from this? What else can group 4 do to release and heal from this? What else can group 4 do to release and heal from this? What else can group 4 do to release and heal from this? Now we have the World in the upright. It's about, like, just closing out the cycle, like letting yourself have closure. Also have Temperance. It came out sideways. I'm just gonna leave it like this for now. How can group 4 release and heal from this? Whoa. With the 3 of Wands. Also have the Emperor. Take one more. How can group 4 release and heal from this? We also have the King of Wands. And beneath that we have the 3 of Cups. That's crazy. Okay. That's amazing, actually. And I'll tell you why. So, when this card came out sideways, I believe, let's see, how you like to receive? Yeah. This card is supposed to be upright. That makes more sense. Okay. Totally makes sense. Totally. Okay. Group 4. This is amazing, first of all, because this is about you. Basically, just making a choice to really balance yourself out. With this Temperance card here, it's about balancing yourself and filling your cups and really integrating that shadow and light aspect with this Temperance coming out, as well as the World. The World is about completing this cycle, completing this. This is about beginnings and endings. We had this 10 come out here with the Thinking Man. The World is about completing the cycle and beginning a new one as well. And really coming full circle with all of this, and that's what I see you doing here. You also have the 3 of Wands, the Emperor. That's amazing energy, and this King of Wands too. You're embodying this energy of, it's about, okay, I'm not going to say you are, because this is about the action that you need to take in order to do it, because this is not like you are going to be doing it. This is, if you want to release and heal from this, is what you need to be doing. You need to begin to take the steps to balance out these energies, balance the shadow and light, and integrate this shadow work into your life by filling your cup and working on this aspect. Start to say yes to things that you normally wouldn't say yes to. Step a little bit out of your comfort zone while keeping in alignment to what speaks to your soul and what speaks to your heart as well. And I say that because these are Wands cards, so it's about your passions. What is in alignment with you? It's calling in your soul family, I believe, as well. So you're going to start finding that people coming into your life, with this friendship card and the thinking man, you're going to be attracting more as you take these steps to integrate the shadow work, as you take steps to start forgiving yourself and being okay. You're going to start to see, you're going to attract people into your life with this King of Wands energy, people who are more like-minded like you, people who have the same interests and likes and similarities as you, people who are on the same path or similar path as you as well. And with this Emperor energy, it's about you taking control and taking action. And for some of you, this is about embarking on an something that you've been wanting to start. For some of you, this is entrepreneurial type energy, especially with the King of Wands, for starting a new business venture. And for some, again, take it only if it resonates. And for some of you, this is about making investments, things like that, and seeing returns on those investments even. Making a choice on certain things in terms of unions coming together. That's a good energy with this card here as well. You're seeing them come in. Let's see these like ships coming back, and the rabbit is like waiting as well. I see that a lot. You're also reflecting a lot as well, doing some inner self-reflection with this mirror, like the how Alice is in this mirror card here on the world. So that's really helping you complete this shadow work by doing some inner reflection and coming to terms, not just pointing it out, but like really learning to accept and love those parts of you and being okay with that, forgiving yourself for anything that you might be like, wow, I really don't like that, but just loving and accepting yourself for that, knowing that there cannot, I've been saying this in every single pile, but loving your shadow aspect, because loving and accepting your shadow aspect, because without shadow there is no light. And you have so much like yellow present in your energy, just around the bear, in this pioneer card, in the pride card, and even in the thinking man. And just called to the yellow, my eyes are called to the yellow, which makes me think solar plexus energy, that is like all about like your power and strength and being so determined to accomplish what you set out to do and move forward in this situation. And you are so strong and so determined, and you have so much wisdom within you, and you're being awakened to this wisdom being passed down to you, being downloaded, whether you realize it or not, as you're coming into the spiritual awakening. With this Three of Cups card here at the back of your deck, oh my gosh, look at this, the Death card underneath that. You really are going through a major transformation. You have the Bear card that signified that at the beginning of your reading, and it's here as well under that Three of Cups card. But this Three of Cups card at your bottom of the deck energy just really reiterates that this is a time for you, once you start taking this action, it's really a time for you to be saying yes to things of people who are saying like, hey, let's hang out. Like, it's a time of celebration, it's a time of friendships coming together, your soul family celebrating with you, celebrating you and your growth and your community. Like, these are like groups, your people, you're going to be really having such a good time, a harmonious energy here. Just look at that, just amazing energy in this card. And your transformation is highlighted here so much. It's amazing. I can't even. And it's just about you being kind to yourself and forgiving yourself, because you're going through this awakening, and it's a lot to go through. And just when you think you're done, awakening isn't just a one-step process. It happens, and it's a beautiful process, and it's not always easy, but it's not always hard either, I'll tell you that. And so just know that you're doing an amazing job, and this is like an amazing process for you. It's an amazing thing for you that's going on here. It's a new beginning as well as an amazing end to your slumber that you've been in, and it's such a beautiful thing to wake up to that you are coming into as well. So let's take a look at your energy once you take this action. If you decide to take this action, I should say, you have shapeshifter, light attributes, skill at navigating through different levels of consciousness, ability to see the potential in everything. Wow. Shadow attribute, projecting any image that serves your personal agenda in the moment. So we're going to focus on the light. Skill at navigating through different levels of consciousness, ability to see the potential in everything. That truly is a good skill, an amazing skill, I should say. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen that card, so that's why I'm like amazed. We also have number 44, woman holding a heart. I love that for you. You have a double 4, manifestations coming through. This is also like 2 4s make me think of like home, family, but this condenses to 8. So again, this is about regeneration, action, changes, abundance, attaining your goals, things like that. And then you have 4 of these, so we're going to take a look. Oh my god, friendship. What did I say? Friendship coming in. We also have peace. Yeah, definitely. Healing, yes, because you need that. And empowerment, love it. I'll put that there. Okay, so once you do this much needed release and healing, should you decide to, again, you have free will. I wonder if I said that in the other piles. I hope I did. If not, I'll put a blurb. But once you do, or if you do, yeah, I'm just getting over this. I can't get over the shapeshifter. Skill at navigating through different levels of consciousness, ability to see the potential in everything. That is an amazing thing. You can navigate through different levels of consciousness. That's like 3D, 4D, 5. That's so crazy and amazing. That's being like, you're awakening on so many levels, and once you heal, you'll be able to awaken to so many different things. I feel like you'll be able to meet more people who can help you tap into more abilities that you have yet to like learn and hone in on. With number 44 here, woman holding a heart, this can talk about like a family or friend that you have had issues with. Maybe you're resolving those issues, you're healing these issues with that family friend of yours. This can also talk about a new friend coming in. Doesn't necessarily have to be a woman or female or somebody who is of a more feminine energy. This can just be somebody who has just a more feminine energy about them, who comes into your life to teach you or be there for you as a strong confidant, a soul family member as well. Yeah, that's what I'm getting from that card. This can also represent you just really expanding your heart as well. With this woman holding a heart card, it's about you expanding your heart and really opening up your heart to new love, and not just romantic love, but just love in general with your family, your friends, things like that, new people. And of course, with friendship here, it's just about you, reach out to those who maybe you've been leaving out, those you've maybe dismissed lately, that you don't realize who've been really there for you and just waiting for you to reach out. There's some people who have been waiting for you. Also, this can talk about, again, soul people coming in. This could be partners, family, soul family coming in to your life. And it's just letting you know, like, it's okay to like let go and trust that, you know, these people are coming into your life for a reason. We had that friendship card pop up earlier that says it's okay, you know. With this empowerment card, I do want to talk about here, just because it's standing out to me so much. This is really about, don't let others control you at this time, because I feel like while you are learning from other people, don't let them speak for you at the same time. You still have a voice, okay? You're still a pioneer at that time, like at this whole in this whole thing, you know, you still are who you are. You still embody this emperor energy. You are in control. You are the boss of your own life, okay? Don't let other people control you or speak for you. Stand up for what you believe in. Speak up for what you want and what you believe in, okay? Empower yourself. Take that. I think that's there for a reason. Someone may try to come in and control you or speak for you. So I don't think that came out for nothing. So keep that in mind, group 4. I just want to say that it could be like somebody who may come in and pose as soul family. Not everyone who comes into your life may be a soul family member or like soul friend type of energy. So just use your discernment in that. Use your discernment in that. Okay, trust your intuition. If something feels off, it probably is. Okay. Also, with, let's move on to this healing card. Healing can talk about, like, while you're awakening to these new gifts that and spirituality, this can talk about you healing for yourself. You might find that you heal in nature with this, like, nature out here with crystals. You might be drawn to certain crystals, like this amethyst here. Might be very healing to you since you're drawn to it. Or other crystals in general. Reiki might be helpful as well. Or you may find that you might be drawn to learning about these things for yourself, to do for yourself as well. You might want to practice these things, practice Reiki, practice crystal healing to do for you or on other people. That might be something amazing that you could do. Even herbal type things, I think, would be really cool. Things in nature, that sort of thing. Again, if that feels right for you, go for it. That's what I'm being told. I'm saying a lot. Drink a lot of water. I'm also hearing that. Take care of your body. If you feel like, also, if you've been like neglecting going to the doctor and you feel like you need to go to the doctor, you might want to go to the doctor. I'm not a medical practitioner or anything like that. This is not medical advice in any way. That's just a message that sometimes goes with this card. So again, I'm not a medical practitioner or anything like that. That's just a message that goes with this card. Seek professional advice for that. So moving on to peace. Peace is, of course, you just really finding quiet time for you. This is a lot to go through. I know you've been coming out of this hibernation, but with all of this spirituality and awakening that you're doing, it does help to practice meditation. I know a lot of people roll their eyes at that, but honestly, if you're practicing anything spiritual, meditation is very important, and it helps a lot. Honestly, it's even like 5 minutes a day, it really does help. Guided meditations are really helpful for me personally. I just YouTube them and they're awesome. I love them. And it's a practice, so it's awesome. I'm gonna stop saying it's awesome, but really. But that's what I'm seeing for your energy if you decide to heal and release. Group 4, we're going to finish off with closing messages and advice from your higher self. So let's see, what does your higher self have to say to you, or any advice? Messages from your higher self, group 4. Messages and advice from group 4's higher self. Messages and advice from group 4's higher self. Messages and advice from group 4's higher self. Oh my gosh, we have release. Seriously, that's exactly what you're Your higher self wants you to do this. I don't shoot the messenger. Okay. I don't need to explain that card, but that's just what it says. Okay. We have reflect. I did talk about that with this world card here because it's like a mirror. It's about doing that reflection on yourself, what it is that really bothers you about other people. Reflect on what it is that you want to grow from. Messages and advice from group 4's higher self, please. Messages and advice from group 4's higher self. It's okay to feel feelings. Absolutely. Don't suppress your feelings through this. It's okay to feel what you feel. That's part of your healing process, and that's definitely part of you releasing. You know, that's part of the release process, reflecting on it. Reflect on the feelings that you feel and release them. That's part of it. I think your higher self is just coming through to let you know, like, you don't have to be feeling like you have to have your shit together all the time. It's just, don't, you know, hold it in. Let it go. That's what I'm hearing. Advice for group number 4, please. Advice for group number 4. Nourish. As I said, drink water. I think I said that earlier. And we have at the bottom, see with eyes of love. Nourish is also talking about that healing. So if you felt called to maybe see a doctor, or Nourish can just talk about maybe you have been so focused on what you've been awakening to. You've been maybe not eating just that great, or maybe you want to make some changes in your diet. Making me think like vegetables or things like that. But see with eyes of love. Definitely be more gentle on yourself, and not everyone is out to get you, but again, use discernment when it comes to those who come into your life, for sure. But yes, I hope that this was really helpful for you, group 4, and I hope that this was really helpful. That's what I'm going to say. That is where I'm going to leave your reading. Please go ahead and smash the like button and let me know down below how this resonated for you. And let me know, yeah, I don't know, drop a, is there a rhino emoji? Drop a bear emoji if you chose this group and you liked it. Let me know. But yeah, I also want to say thank you so much for watching, and I would definitely appreciate if you shared this, if you feel inclined to share it, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell notification so you don't miss a beat. That is the easiest and free way to support my channel. And also, I want to say thank you so much to those of you who leave me a virtual tip. That means the world to me. I can't thank you enough. Thank you to those of you who have done so. You have no idea how much that means to me. It allows me to do what I do here on YouTube, and it helps me buy the decks that I use here on my channel. And again, it means the world. Thank you so much to those of you who have done so. I'm also going to link my Patreon down below with that virtual link, the virtual tip jar. So thank you so much again to those of you who have already done that. And I will link my Patreon down below for those of you who are interested in joining our community over there, where we'll have exclusive pick-up card readings not available here on YouTube, as well as some really cool live events that's so fun. And I hope I'll see you there. And yeah, I hope you enjoy this reading, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye!